bus, but he's on that bus. Pete Cohen is on that bus, and he's travelling around the country helping people with habits or issues that have had a bad effect on their lives. Now, yesterday, you may have seen him getting to grips with a lad called Dean Stevenson. Dean had a real problem with vegetables. Sounds funny, wasn't for him, and here's what happened.
This is something he wouldn't even touch yesterday. So I would like you to drum with these. Just that's your first little test there. Okay. Obviously you're okay with that. Let's see what you can do.
Right, okay.
Never been done on British television before, but drumming with a pair of leads. Okay, great. Almost there.
Guys, now can I just ask you, Dean, you're laughing here now, but this time yesterday, I held this up and you backed away from me.
Yeah.
How does this feel to actually to hold these leeks in your hand?
That's okay. I'm holding them where you are now. But this end, I'm not too keen.
Okay.
You mightn't think it's a good thing to play the drums with two big leeks, but it was a big step for Dean. Today, much more serious, because he's travelled to Durham, from Durham to Nottingham, and he's helping out a single mum with a big problem. Let's go to Andrew McLean. No, let's go to Pete Cohen even.
Hi there, Eamon.
Yeah.
Either one of us will do, whichever one of us it is you want to speak to, Eamon. Well, that's right. Yesterday we travelled from Durham to Nottingham and we knocked on the door of Aisha Morel. Now, this is what happened when we surprised her yesterday. I'm Andrea, nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
This is Pete Cohen, I'm Anna.
Nice to meet you.
And we're going to see what we can do to help.
Okay, great. No!
Yes. So you should tell me what it is that you like to snack on.
I can show you actually. 3 things primarily. Crisps, custard and mashed potato. Mostly because they're quick and they're easy and they're instant. They're always in the house. This is always in the fridge and they're very comforting.
Now, what actually happened after that was we left you to it, didn't we, Pete? We left you with Aisha. What happened after we left?
Well, we began to realise that this is a desperate lady. I mean, she's obviously very large, and obviously the larger the person is, the bigger the issue. She's desperate to change. Her daughter has come home, and other kids at her school are referring to her as the fat mother. So this is someone who really does want to change, so she's up for it.
So she's called the right people.
She definitely has.
Let's go and meet her. Now, this has been a bit of a shock to the system for Aisha because just 12 hours ago, we weren't in your life. Hi, Aisha. How did you get on yesterday with Pete? How was it?
Really good, actually, yeah. Really positive and made me feel like maybe there's some hope for me after all.
Of course there is. He's very good at that sort of thing. Now, when you contacted us, one of the things that we asked you to do was to keep a food diary of just the kind of things that you would eat on an average day. So last Tuesday, that was what you did. You made a note of all the foods that you ate on that day. We've bought them because one of the things that Aisha admitted to us is that she actually likes foods that you can just grab in the cupboard and dispose of the evidence. We've got the evidence here. We've got typical snacking food. We've got bread, we've got chocolate, we've got crisps. That's a typical average snacking basket, I'd say,
no,
Pete.
actually, there's more to it than that.
That's another one.
Okay, right, we've got cereal, trifle, chocolate, yogurts. Again, fairly typical snacking type food, would you say?
Yeah, but hang on, there's a bit more.
Okay. Now, Aisha, this is food that you ate on a single day. And as I say, you normally dispose of the evidence. You chuck it all in the bin, all the wrapping in the bin.
Yeah.
How does it feel that you can see it all in front of you now?
I'm absolutely mortified, to be honest. I feel sick.
Does it make you feel motivated to do something about it?
Yeah, that can't carry on. It makes me feel embarrassed, so.
Okay.
She can't carry on. She hasn't been honest with herself. We're going to get much more motivated. So if we come outside, we're going to really do something with you right now.
Okay,
right,
off you go.
Come on.
This is when the fun starts, Aisha.
Okay.
Now, you okay?
Yes.
Right, basically, we've got a number of choices you can go down. We could get you slimmer. I want you to imagine in here is you slimmer in like 6 months' time. We've already started working on this. Close your eyes and step into that. Right, just imagine what it would be like in, I don't know, 6 months being slimmer. Right, does that feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, now step away. That's something you want. But this is something, I want you to imagine this is you in 5 years' time, and it's you having done nothing about having lost weight. In fact, you've just carried on doing what you were doing, eating all those foods. I want you to imagine stepping into this, right? You don't want to, do you?
No.
Come on, you can do it. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine how it would feel if you did absolutely nothing about changing. You put on loads more weight, you really don't feel good about what you've done at all. No exercise, nothing. Open your eyes, right? Step back out. How do you feel when you think about that?
Horrible.
Horrible. You don't want that, do you? Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Absolutely positive. This is the future that you want.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we're going to start working on. This is what we're going to do. Okay, I really think you're up for this, aren't you?
And
Okay,
what
great.
you don't know, Aisha, is it starts right now, because in the next 50 minutes, join us here on GMTV, because Pete is going to hypnotise Aisha live on air. Brace yourself. Join us then. Now, one of the most important things that I must stress is Aisha is really ready to change. Over the past 7 years, she's put on roughly 10 stone, and the trigger for this change is her little girl. She wants to look good, to be a mum that her little girl can be proud of, and Pete's already started working with us. Let's go and see how she's getting on. Hello there, Pete.
You okay?
I'm very good. How's it all been going, Aisha? How have you found this morning?
Really good. Yeah, really valuable.
And are you feeling motivated?
Very much so. Really excited.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So what are we going to do now then?
I'm going to do a little bit of hypnosis with her. I'm going to take something that she normally really does like, which is, I mean, when you normally think about crisps, what happens?
I want to eat them. I get that whole like saliva thing in my mouth, and I feel excited.
So could you possibly imagine that within a very short period of time, rather than thinking, oh, I really want these, that I could actually make you think that is the last thing on earth that I would want to eat?
I doubt it.
You doubt it? Well, give me a chance and I'll show you, it really can be done.
Well, this is going to be a massive step for Aisha, because this is your comfort. This is what makes you feel better, and you're going to be walking away from all that. Are you really ready to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she is.
So what you're going to be doing now is hypnotising Aisha.
Yeah, I am, yes. Obviously, we
Okay.
can't do that live on air, so I'm just going to get her to relax and then come back and we'll see
How she
what
gets
happens.
on. Okay, well, I'll leave you to it. Best of
Okay,
luck.
right, so what I want you to do-
as I say, live hypnosis is something that we can't show on television. So during this break, Pete is going to be putting Aisha into a relaxed state and hypnotising her so that she completely changes her attitudes to food. Join us then. Hi, Eamon. Thanks very much. Now, during the break, Pete has been hypnotising Aisha. He's been putting her into a relaxed state in order to change her opinion on all her favourite foods, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get Aisha to lose the weight that she's put on in the past 7 years. She's put on around 10 stone. Why did she decide to call GMTV? Why did she decide now that she needed some help? Take a look.
She's recently started nursery. She started nursery in September, proper nursery, sort of state nursery. And so she's learning all about how to describe people, and she'll refer to her friend's mum as the mummy with the curly hair, or that mummy's got blonde hair and you've got brown hair, mummy, and I'm fat mummy.
Okay?
So it's all very simple. Aisha wants to be a mum that her little girl can be proud
I
of.
wonder what
So
happened.
that's why she contacted us.
I wonder what
As I
happened
say,
if-
during the break, Pete's actually
If I
been
was to offer you
hypnotising
these things
Aisha.
now,
Pete,
right?
am I interrupting? How,
No, not at all. We're
how
ready
did
to
you
do
get
this.
on?
Well, we'll see. Yeah. Would you like a crisp? Are you
No.
sure about that?
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So what's happening right now? Well, you don't even want to look at those, do you? No?
Just because, no, I just don't
Are you
want
sure
to.
about that? I can't tempt you just to have one.
No,
Not even
thank
half of one. You're absolutely certain about this? Okay, so I think what we've done there is very, very effective. It might seem a bit crazy to people, but she has an imagination. Now I've got her to think about what were the things now when you look at this, what do you think about?
They smell horrible, and they're covered in lard and gherkins and tripe and.
Is that what you can see when you look at that now? What does it smell of? Because to me, it just smells like crisps.
It smells horrible, like onions and. No.
Basically, she's got a very good imagination, like everyone has, and I got her to imagine things she can't stand the smell of, which for her was onions, gherkins, which she can't stand the taste of, and tripe. And I got her to use her imagination to put those foods into in her imagination to put those foods into crisps. So now, when she thinks about crisps, she's thinking about tripe and gherkins and onions.
And very unappealing things.
Yeah.
Now that's great because it's worked right now
Yeah.
at this moment. But
Yeah.
this is the kind of thing that it's a lifestyle change that Aisha needs to make. How long will this last for?
Well, it'll last for as long as she wants it to. I wanted to go into shops and start looking at crisps and go, ah! As if they're almost like the enemy. and using her imagination. The mind is a very, very powerful tool, and you can convince it of things. So the more she does it, the more she'll be convinced that crisps are horrible.
And also, we saw it in your shopping basket earlier on, just the kind of foods that you do eat. That's crisps.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to associate those horrible smells, horrible texture, horrible taste with other foods like chocolates, yogurt, trifle, all the things that you normally get so much comfort
Yeah.
from?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be fine. I mean, this is only one aspect to it, you know, the psychology. Obviously, the nutrition and the exercise is absolutely key as well, and we're going to be doing that, and we're going to give her all the support she needs, because she's going to do this, guaranteed.
Okay, so what about people who are watching at home who think, fantastic, that's what I would love to do, is to wean myself off my favourite foods? What can they do?
It's very simple. You know, the first thing you want to think about is think of something they really cannot stand the smell of, you know, and then, because even when you think of something you can't stand the smell of, if you go, you can smell it. You know, it's like if I said, what does a lemon taste like? You can go, well, I know what a lemon tastes like. You can use your imagination to take something you don't like the smell of, something you don't like the taste of, and imagine putting it in to the thing that you really, really like eating. It might seem strange, but the more you practice it, the more you convince your brain that something is different to how it was in the past.
Okay, can I test you one last time? Are you sure you don't want a crisp?
No, thank you.
No, she doesn't even want to look at them, you know, and start backing away. Come on,
No.
for a fiver.
No, thank you.
That's
No.
good.
It's a start.
It's a start. It is a start. I think we're making progress here, but of course, as Pete said, we're going to be coming back to Aisha in around 2 or 3 weeks' time to see how she's getting on, but she's done very well today. Well done.
Top drawer.